Welcome to the Explainer. Look, if you've been feeling completely overwhelmed lately by the sheer tsunami of tech updates, new models, and weird acronyms flooding your timeline every single day, you are in the exact right place. Today, we're taking a journey together. We are going to evolve from being stressed out tech users into empowered AI generalists. We're going to break down the latest, most powerful updates in the artificial intelligence space, but more importantly, we're going to uncover exactly how to actually orchestrate them. So, let's dive right in.
To set the stakes here, get a load of this quote. I told AI what I wanted, walked away for 4 hours, came back, the work was done better than me. This recently went incredibly viral, and it was actually posted by the CEO of an AI company. This isn't science fiction anymore, guys. This is the reality of modern autonomous AI. The technology isn't just a basic digital assistant to help you tweak an email draft anymore. We're talking about systems capable of executing complex, multi-hour workflows entirely on their own. So, here's the deal. The future does not belong to the specialists who just execute single, isolated tasks. It belongs to the AI generalist. We have got to stop just copying and pasting prompts we find online and start orchestrating complete systems. An AI generalist is someone who can seamlessly combine multiple tools across marketing, design, research, and coding to solve end-to-end problems. You don't need to be an absolute expert in every single field. You just need to be the director of your own digital workforce. To get you there, we're going to climb an ascending ladder framework today. 1. The ground floor, new models and search. 2. Infrastructure, agentic AI systems. 3. Autonomy, self-hosted OpenClaw. 4. Application, the smart video workflow. And finally, 5. The vibe coding revolution.
All right, step 1, the ground floor, new models and search.
You literally can't be a great orchestrator if you don't know what engines are actually available to power your systems. And right now, the balance of power is rapidly shifting toward open-source alternatives. Major frontier models like Fable 5 are suspended, and GPT 5.6 is government-gated, which means they're basically offline or heavily restricted. But just look at the open-weight models matching them. GLM 5.2 is actually the first open-weight model to beat Fable 5 on the Design Arena coding leaderboard with a massive ELO score of 1360. Then you've got DeepSeek V4 Pro, which is leading all models, even the pricey closed APIs on Live Code Bench with a 93.5 score, and it costs literal pennies to run. Oh, and Kimi K 2.7 code? It's a massive 1 trillion parameter model currently achieving the absolute best open source scores for connecting to external tools. These are available to you right now.
And alongside these fresh models, the everyday engines we rely on are completely transforming. Google Search has had a radical generative redesign. It now accepts multimodal queries, meaning you can drop in images, videos, or even open Chrome tabs. It doesn't just spit out blue links anymore, it writes live code and builds custom interactive UIs right there in your search results. And with Gemini OmniFlash, we finally have a model that really reasons about the real world. You can feed it a single sentence, like asking for a scientifically accurate claymation explainer of protein folding, and it just generates a perfect, accurate video. No script needed, no reference paper required. It just natively understands the context.
Which brings us to step 2 on our ladder: infrastructure, agentic AI systems. So we've got these powerhouse models, right? But how do they actually take action out there in the real world? Well, we have to stop thinking in terms of chatbots. This is a huge paradigm shift. A chatbot just sits there waiting for you to type a prompt. It is completely reactive. An agent, on the other hand, works proactively and autonomously. You give it a high-level goal, and it goes to work while you're literally fast asleep. It plans, it executes, and it connects with other tools. But to fully grasp how it pulls this off, we need to quickly decode a few under-the-hood concepts.
The first concept is agents.md. Think of this as the ultimate rulebook for your AI. It's just a simple markdown text file sitting right at the root of your project folder. Before an agent even lifts a finger, it reads this file to learn your specific coding conventions, or maybe which tests it needs to run before it commits any code. It's basically a README file, but written entirely for an AI to digest. And just a quick aside, different models look for slightly different names. Claude, for instance, naturally looks for a file called claude.md. Next up, we have MCP and A2A. MCP stands for Model Context Protocol. You can think of MCP as the universal USB-C port for AI. Instead of having to write custom, messy code to connect your AI to Notion, Google Drive, or Slack, MCP gives you one clean, open standard. Then you have A to A, which stands for Agent to Agent.
This is the language agents use to talk to each other. So if you have a procurement agent that negotiates a contract, it uses A to A to securely hand off that contract to a finance agent for final approval. They literally read each other's agent cards to know exactly how to delegate the work.
Okay, but what happens when the work gets too massive? You use sub-agents. Let's say your main agent needs to review a code base packed with thousands of files. If it tries to load them all at once, it'll completely blow out its memory, what we call its context window. So instead, the main agent spawns dozens of child sub-agents to read all those files in parallel, simultaneously, and then hand back clean, bite-sized summaries. It keeps the main agent focused and drastically speeds up the whole workflow.
Moving right along to Step 3, Autonomy, Self-Hosted OpenClaw. Now that we understand the infrastructure, let's talk about true autonomy, where the power actually sits entirely in your hands. Historically, companies like Apple completely blocked truly agentic AI from their app stores because it requires too much device access and trust. Well, OpenClaw just smashed right through that wall. Available on both iOS and Android, it turns your phone into a node, but the actual agent runs on a gateway that you self-host, not on some giant corporate server. You control exactly what it sees, your camera, location, contacts, and you bring your own API key, whether that's Claude, Gemini, or OpenAI. It shifts the power of autonomous AI completely back to the user where it belongs.
All right, Step 4, Application, the smart video workflow.
Let's actually put this into practice. Say I want to orchestrate these tools to create a killer 60-second vertical explainer video overview covering today's top 5 AI updates. You know, GLM 5.2 and DeepSeek V4 Pro, Google Search's new generative interface, Gemini on my flash, self-hosted OpenClaw, and vibe coding using sub-agents. Most people just type "make a video" into a prompt box, and they end up with this melted, gooey mess. The AI just can't handle imagining a picture and movement at the exact same time. So we orchestrate using the smart video workflow. Step 1. I use Claude to write a hyper-detailed, plain English prompt for a cinematic hook. Step 2. I feed that prompt into Nano Banana Pro to generate a perfect still image. Step 3. I take that locked-in still image over to Seedance 2.0 to animate it reliably without losing the details. And Step 4. Let's say I want to be in the video myself. I just use OpenArt VFX. I upload my own real footage, and using their human anchor feature, the AI completely replaces the background to match my cinematic scene, perfectly blending the lighting without messing up my face. That is how an orchestrator gets it done.
And that brings us to the top of our ladder. Step 5, the vibe coding revolution.
This is the climax of the AI Generalist movement, the 5-level roadmap. You start at level 1 by mastering the PRD prompt, clearly defining the problem, the role the AI should play, and the exact deliverable. Level 2 is workflows, connecting your AI to your Slack and calendar using that MCP protocol we just talked about. Level 3 is the creator's playground, building media pipelines exactly like the smart video workflow we just went through. Level 4 is the agent builder, designing those autonomous 24/7 workers. And level 5, that's vibe coding. This is where you are building real, functional software applications by simply describing what you want in plain English, and the AI writes the entire code base.
Now, if you're sitting there thinking vibe coding is just some futuristic pipe dream, get this, the number 41. Right now, today, 41% of all code being written globally is AI generated. Over 90% of developers are using these tools every single day. Building software is no longer exclusively a traditional developer's game, guys. It is absolutely the domain of the AI generalist who knows how to guide, test, and iterate.
It really all boils down to this one powerful analogy. You are either the cook or the chef. The cook simply copies a recipe, maybe a prompt they saw on social media, and the very second it doesn't work perfectly on a new problem, they freeze up. They throw their hands up and say, AI is garbage. But the chef? The chef doesn't just cook every single dish. The chef orchestrates the entire kitchen. They understand the underlying systems. They use agents as their trusted specialists. They adapt quickly when things break, and they know exactly how to fix the workflow. Your true value moving forward is in orchestrating and fixing these systems, not just deploying them.
So I'll leave you with this final question to think about today. Take a hard look at your own workflows, your own projects. Are you still just a cook, copying prompts and crossing your fingers? Or are you ready to step up, apply these frameworks, build your own systems, and become the orchestrator? The tools are right here, they are incredibly powerful, and they are literally waiting for you to direct them.
Get out there and start building.